This shit crazy, everybody turn the eyes. I ain't talking about no pizza, I cut niggas out my box. Flexing hard with that rolling nigga, come about that watch. Bitches did the whole team, how you loving on that thigh? Knew that bitch wasn't worth shit and still was sucking on that twat. Only thing I'm loyal to is the button on that Glock. Oh, you think that I ain't worth it? Yeah, I'm worth a lot. Will you ever see me soon? Let me think, maybe not. Ride around too deep with 2 Drakes, 80 shots. Tell me how the real niggas posted on the fakest block. I don't post up no more, they hiding in the safest spot. Niggas know who really spinning, niggas know who made it hot. Told my business stand on business, you gon' hit the bank or not. Carrying my hood on my back like I'm holding anchor knot. Fucking your bitch with no clothes, got her slipping ankle socks. Oh, you thinking that you bold? D-boy let the cater knot.
Round through the V, tryna make the cater pops. We ain't ducking, no smoke. See them niggas bang it out, you send a nigga up to God. You better hope you say the spot. Kicking niggas out my game, what the fuck you banging not? Told that bitch flush to work, people try to rate the spot. Oh, he ain't slime for the cars, to run up on him, take his Glock. Lil' bro, calm down, you never sleep, you ain't hot. Dreams turning nightmares, who I think I Meek Mill? D-boy, what you off? Shit, a bunch of peak pills. Oh, you from the other side, give a fuck how he feel. This bitch just sell me so damn good, I couldn't even keep my feet still. Flexing bands up on the ground, I dinner up like 3 deals. Pull up in that vroom, come check out the details. Bitch keep saying she gon' ride, don't even got no seatbelt. This bitch keep asking for my number, can't even get my email. Smoke a blunt, bust a nut, just for me to sleep well. Niggas broke, niggas bums, niggas poor, easy. Niggas broke, niggas bums, niggas poor, easy. Niggas broke, niggas bums, niggas poor, easy.
BFG 300 shit.
Let's get to the money conversations as of lately I've been reaching. Blew the bag to get them cases closed, dismisses and repeated. I paid the cost to be the boss. It's only right a nigga beat it. Lately battling against the odds and sucker shit, no I can't be with. I've been broke before, got rich, some see money coming least. These niggas switch up on their gangsters, get painted on all T's. Back doors been flapping open. Ain't no peace inside these streets. If my partner fuck with the sucks, then on my partner I might breathe. This Glock 30, how dirty, while throwing 30 while I squeeze and cupping please. When they're a nigga like, what the fuck you niggas think? They don't keep in gang business, they talk to hoes and the police. So what I tell you, if you lost, you can't get back from biting cheese, nigga.
Hey, need a plug on the work, I can call heck. 40 plus on the gleek, that's a Chris fake. Christian moves on my feet, bitch, that's light work. Now watch me put them in the air just how I kite.
Keep it street, but most niggas don't keep it gangster. He go with rap, but not the block, gon' get your rank up. Break it out the bitch and whip the arm and hammer. Be cautious about the niggas, it's right, you niggas be walking cameras. On gang.
You niggas tricking on a bitch, I'm getting to the cheese. Yo, bitch, pussy wetter than the 7 C's. 5-inch ARPs, we got 10 of these. Fresh nickel, 2-tone with the limit squeeze. Catch them up in traffic, jacking up on you niggas' cars. Let this smacker play through if you fuck with bars. It's BFG tackle gang, we don't fuck with stars. Turn this block into a range if you fuck with ours. Christian lose on my feet, that was 3K. The bitch is broke on a trick, I'm on D-Way. And I don't fuck with ghost Glocks, they got a delay. Heavy stepper in the game like it's EA. Need a plug on the work, I can call heck. 40 plus on the gleek, that's a Chris fake. Christian moves on my feet, bitch, that's light work. Now watch me put them in the air just how I kite.
Keep it street, but most niggas don't keep it gangster. He go with rap, but not the block, gon' get your rank up. Break it out the bitch and whip the arm and hammer. Be cautious about the niggas, it's right, you niggas be walking cameras. On gang.
Hey,
every state. I got folks tryna fuck running game. This side, that away. My side outside running plays. If she get out, if she straight, I'm a hoe. I fuck whoever that I want, I'm on go. I want him, want her, got them both. Keep it on the DL, they won't know. If she never fucked Zay, then she probably fuck Drake. She tryna fuck me when she fuck YG. The nigga wants me when he's tryna fuck Day. So I'm sticking to my player ass ways, okay. Who cares? Wanna fuck Day, come and make a move, hey. She choose Day, she choose Day. Keys, hey, baby, come free, baby. Who cares? Wanna fuck Day, come and make a move, hey. She choose Day, she choose Day. Keys, hey, baby, come free, baby. Hoes, let's just talk about hoes. Put your name in my phone, but you end up fucking my bro. Oh no, bitch came with a man and she left for me after. Bitch, I got it made, I'm a factor. I don't even wanna, my nigga, you can have her. She wanna fuck me, got fantasies of fucking rappers. Bitch tryna fuck me when she fucked OT. Fuck Ty Dolla and she fucked 03. Fucked on Roddy and she fucked on Dame. Me, I'm sticking to my player ass ways, okay. Who cares? Wanna fuck me? Come and make a move, hey. She choose, hey. She choose, hey. Keys, hey, baby, come free, baby. Who cares? Wanna fuck me? Come and make a move, hey. She choose, hey. She choose, hey. Keys, hey, baby, come free, baby.
Yeah, man. We making some noise, man. Yeah, man. We gotta celebrate it, man. 2 years, man. You know it being let me drop the link, man. Shout out Jackie. We got Jackie in the building. We got Yanni in the building. Tall Glass in the building. You know, let me drop the link real quick. Let me drop the link. You know, we've been up and running for 2 years, though. It's been 2 years, though, to date. But we gotta celebrate it, though. We gotta celebrate that 2 years. We got to celebrate that 2 years, man. You know, let me drop the link real quick. I know y'all was digging that Kamaya shit, that last little Kamaya joint. Come on, man. We got some stories for y'all, man. Like I said, man, it's the, you know, 2 years with it, you know. And for that celebration, I got some shit for y'all today. Man. Yeah, man. Y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Slap that notification bell, man. This Gangland. Y'all know how we do. You know what I'm saying? As usual. The gang what? Hold on real quick. Gotta find me a lighter real quick. Hold on. We just played, what we played? Kamaya. We just played Kamaya. You know what I'm saying? Buddy Bands featuring the boy. Just played that. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, man. We around, man. We around. Yeah, we around. Yeah, man. What's going on? We got Yanni in the back. Hold on.
I'm trying to sell my mangoes. Oh, the smallest one? That still had the skin on it. She just threw a whole mango with skin on it in her mouth. That is trifling. Wow. I should have recorded that. But hey, y'all, guess what?
Yeah.
I love y'all to the moon and back.
Come on. You already know it's love. We around this motherfucker today, man. 2 years. We've been around 2 years. Some niggas can't even be around 6 months. We've been around 2 years.
Some motherfuckers don't even last a week.
Yeah, like, nigga. Shit. I'm gonna be
That's
playing.
how I was earlier.
Shit, Gangland. I'm gonna be playing some old Gangland episodes. We're gonna be playing some more joints, some more music. We're gonna be playing some good content. We're gonna be on here for a minute tonight, fucking around. We're gonna be on here for a high one. You know?
Okay, well, let me call my weed man right quick then.
Come on, we gonna be on here for a hot one. Yeah, man. I'm about to play this next artist. You know what I'm saying? Meek Mill, one of Meek Mill artists. You know, going crazy around this motherfucker.
I just want to know how
Man.
you find Buddy Bands though, because I was like, what? They got some city shit on here today.
Yeah, man. You talking about Buddy Bands?
Oh, mamas.
Yeah, come on, man. I had to double back. They like, okay, niggas fucking around.
We different today.
On the real, niggas fucking around. They like, okay, niggas really playing bass shit on this motherfucker today. Yeah. Come on, man.
Maya, the boy, the Buddy man.
Come on.
Her?
This right here though, this Meek Mill artist though, she go crazy. I ain't gonna lie, she popping her shit though. Like this some shit that I had you like, okay, I hear you though. I hear you. You know what I'm saying? She on there popping it. Y'all tap in. Y'all know what it is, man. It's Gangland.
Let's go.
Yeah. It's Lonnie. Real get money, bitch shit. My pen thicker than the plot, these bitches plotting, bum hoes love the gossip. It's none impressed about these hoes, that's why I stay the top. You could speak on hobbies, maybe shoes you thought about maybe buying. But somehow you bring up my pussy, you must wanna try it. If I tell him come, he gon' come running, bitch, it ain't about nothing. You cried and told him block my number like that's doing something. Bitches in my DM talking slow, that hoe says she gon' rob me. I wish the fuck a bitch would come act like she retarded. I still ain't met a bitch yet who come and take my place. Walk out the Webster with a bag that's half my body weight. Bitches see me hard drop to their ass like when the condom break. My ex saw me with Meek and said, damn, what a bond to break. Like, what the fuck? If you gonna cut it, baby, cut it then. I ain't going back and forth about bread if you don't wanna spend. I'ma call my nunu, pull up in that Cullinan. He said, what you need, baby? Only need like 20 bands. I know how to scare up him away. Told him get my body done, he got the fuck up out my face. Used to be the bitch to put up half, he still played in my face. Now he run the trap, he give me half and send me about my day. He said I'm pretty, I said that part. Told that bitch to meet me at the top, she had a bad start. I love me a simp, I hate when fellas try to act hard. Die about me, baby, go out bad just like a crash car. I pop the P, I feel so fucking lifted. I get off that beat and speak my mind, try not to get offended. Life is like a movie, play your part and don't you? Life is like a movie, play your part and be glad that you in it.
Now, she was a little hard.
She was talking out. She was talking some shit. Yeah, she was talking some shit. Yeah, man, y'all know what it is, man. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, slap that notification bell. Every time we spin a block, y'all gonna spin it with us here, man. We coming with that shit, man. We coming with that shit. Y'all missed it. Y'all tap back in, man, in the beginning, man. Nigga played some fire this year, man. Gangland at the dark, man. It's probably 4 where we at, 7 where you at. You know what I'm saying? It's 4 where we at, 7 where you at. So you know, y'all know what it is, man. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, slap that notification bell.
Don't forget you got a ponytail that's hanging too.
Niggas know me, been off the points is like back when. Gang in the field, bitch, we be something like the Pac-10.
Gangland, we around this motherfucker, man.
Oh, man, bitch, stand on that. To the head, I'll show a nigga spillage. My Ninth and Wood nigga, up the street from the village.
We ain't in it, you niggas don't tell no blocks, we ain't in it. I'm so
Smack thing about Mackie, he gon' stand on business. Make sure you put him down, never leave him witness. No love for the suckers, never on forgiveness. Stomp down on these niggas, cause niggas is big.
Ooh, about to blow something. Man got the stick, about to hold something. Ooh.
Y'all know what it is. It's Gangland TV. Sit there and live. Hit the like button. Don't be boosty. And subscribe to the channel. And hit the notification bell, man. That shit easy, man. You know what I'm saying? Easy. Subscribing, that's free as fuck. Hit the notification bell, that's free as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. That shit's free.
Gang in the field, bitch. We be so like the Pac-10.
I made a circle, then in the boo boo.
I'm currently shooting this video at 5 o'clock this morning, the same day that this video is set to premiere, which is later on today. And I have to be honest, a lot of these cases that I do can be truly mentally draining. I know sometimes I'm guilty of disappearing for 1, 2, and at the most 3 weeks at a time, but I want you guys to understand that that's just purely for mental sanity. You know, a lot of these cases, I become attached to them. When I begin deep diving in these cases and learning about the victim, learning about the circumstances, sometimes I feel like I was right there. And I try my best to put you in the same position. Now, normally around this time is when I pin something. I write something to tie into the story. Sometimes I do folklore and tie that into the story as well. But as I sat down to try to write this morning, I just couldn't think of anything. I'm truly left without a word to say. This is truly one of those cases that take you through every emotion. It'll take you through every stop. Anger, hurt, and some of you, maybe even fear. Fear out of being able to experience the same thing. So this video, I'm just going to do something different. I'm not going to try to pin anything wise or tie in a story to tie into this video. I'm merely going to tell you the story, because the story speaks for itself. January 8th, 2021. The world would make way for Wynter Smith. She would be born to her father AJ and her mother Samari. Although they did conceive a child together, it wouldn't be enough to hold their relationship intact, and they would ultimately go their separate ways, although they would maintain a healthy relationship for their daughter's sake. The place they resided would be the Detroit, Michigan area, although her father did attend college in Tennessee. When Wynter Smith was around 2 months old, her mother Samari would meet another man, a guy who goes by the name of Rashad Trice. Normally in these situations, when a single mother meets a new guy, the beginning is all roses and flowers. However, for this situation, that just wasn't the case. About a month into dating Samari, they would have their first run-in with the law. The police reports from this incident state that Rashad was arguing with Samari about the father of Wynter. This argument would then turn physical, and on May 23rd of 2021, Rashad Trice would be arrested for domestic violence. He would later, in fact, be found guilty of these charges, and he was sentenced to 224 days in jail. But although Rashad was behind bars, separating from Samari would prove to be difficult, because at the time of his incarceration, she was actually pregnant with his child. While Rashad Trice is incarcerated, life goes on as normal. Wynter Smith is slowly but for surely growing into a young, intelligent child. She's described as someone who was very kind. She was very trusting. Even if you were a stranger, she had no problem flashing you a smile. By January of 2022, Wynter would be 1 year old and awaiting the arrival of her little brother. From the moment of his birth, they grew inseparable. She was very happy to be a big sister. A little time passes and the date is now October 31st of 2022. Now, although Rashad Trice was sentenced to 224 days, he accumulated a little more time for a couple of extra charges. So he would actually end up spending a full year in jail. And October 31st of 2022 would be his release date. Upon being released from jail, Samari and Rashad Trice are no longer together. But since they do now have a son, they have to remain cordial for their child's sake. Now, although things were a bumpy ride for them, they managed to make it work, and he would maintain a relationship with his son. In January of 2023, Wynter Cole Smith would officially be 2 years old. By now, she's up walking and talking and entering the stage of what people like to call terrible two. The age when a young child begins to get curious about any and everything. But although she did have her times of mischief, like all children that age do, she remained a well-behaved child. Like all children her age, she enjoyed the normal things: drawing, watching cartoons, and trying to emulate her mother. At this moment of time, everything seems okay. Wynter Smith has a loving family. She has a great mother. She has a great father who, although attended school in Tennessee, he saw her every chance he got. And even when he was away, he would often keep some of her things and then tell her mother that he forgot to pack them. Although it wasn't true, he just wanted keepsakes to remind him of his daughter while he was off playing college ball. On top of having loving parents, she also had a little brother who was going on 1 at the time that she turned 2. So now she has a little brother who's beginning to be more active. She has a playmate at this point. Again, everything seems great. However, things were about to change. July 2nd, 2023. Samari Cole and her 2 children would be at their apartment located in Lansing, Michigan. On this night, Rashad Trice would show up to her apartment, and he would start an argument. This argument would then spiral out of control. Rashad Trice on this night would then violate Samari Nicole, as well as stabbing her multiple times. Luckily in this situation, an injured Samari would be able to escape and flee to a neighbor's home for help. When police and EMS show up on the scene, Samari lets them know that she has children in the home, and she does in fact provide the police with her attacker. Upon entering her home, the authorities would notice that a 1-year-old boy was located in the residence. However, Rashad Trice was nowhere to be found, but neither was Wynter. The authorities would quickly come to find that Rashad Trice had abducted Wynter Smith and drove away from the scene in Samari's 2013 Chevy Impala. A couple of hours after the disappearance of Wynter Smith, the police would issue an Amber Alert. This Amber Alert would come on July 3rd at 2 a.m. In the Amber Alert, it would describe the vehicle, and it would also describe that she would be located with Rashad Trice. About 2 hours later, at approximately 4:45 a.m., the vehicle of Samari would be spotted in St. Clair. That's about a 20-minute drive from Detroit. Once he's spotted, the authorities would attempt to pull him over. However, as soon as they got behind him and put on their lights, Rashad Trice would flee and later strike a patrol vehicle before ultimately being taken into custody. But there's one problem with this situation. They now have Rashad Trice, but upon further inspection of the vehicle, Wynter Smith is nowhere to be found, and Rashad Trice says she was never with him. Rashad is then arrested and taken to the county jail, but not before making a pit stop at the interrogation room. But when he's taken to the interrogation room, he refuses to cooperate. He doesn't say anything. He requests a lawyer and then requests that he be taken to a cell. July 3rd would come and go, and there was still no word from Wynter or her whereabouts. And by Tuesday, July 4th at 4 p.m., the FBI would have gotten involved in the case, and the FBI and the Lansing Police Department would hold a press conference. They would detail that 2-year-old Wynter Smith is missing, and then announce a $25,000 reward for any information to her whereabouts. Announcing a $25,000 reward did little to help the investigation. Although a few tips were called in, none of them would pan out. By the next day, on Wednesday, July 5th of 2023, at approximately 2:15 p.m., the prosecutors would announce charges against Rashad Trice. However, the charges announced weren't for Wynter Smith, but rather him attacking Samari. With Rashad Trice not cooperating with the FBI as well as the local authorities, they would be forced to wait on his cell phone records. After receiving his location data, they would begin searching the areas in which his phone pinged. And by 7 p.m. on that day, the police would be conducting a search near Olympia Street and Irwin Avenue when they would make a horrible discovery. While canvassing that area, the FBI would come across an alleyway that was overgrown with weeds. While searching the dense alleyway, they would come across an object. However, upon further inspection, they would come to realize that it wasn't an object at all, and that it was, in fact, the body of 2-year-old Wynter Smith.
At approximately 6:50 p.m. this evening, the body of Wynter Cole Smith was recovered by FBI agents. This is not the outcome we were hoping for, and our hearts go out to Wynter's family. Based on information developed throughout this investigation, our teams were searching multiple areas across the state over and over again, and then specifically in the area adjacent to where we're standing. Our evidence response team is currently processing the scene. This will be a thorough and deliberate crime.
Oh my gosh. Where did Ron go? Oh, this. Oh, wow. Look at me. Big old face. This is ghetto. Huh? I can't even breathe. Pep down, pep down. Oh, swing low. Bitch, you better leave me alone.
You trifling.
Your mama, you the one that locked it with your dumb ass. I hope your mama finds you. Now. Yeah, I hope you do too. Pimp can't even breathe for real.
Hey, Mac, if you talking, we can't hear you.
Oh, because I thought I was tripping. I thought it was just me up here. I didn't know what the hell
Yeah,
just. I didn't know.
man. That shit knocked the nigga off the whole show. Like, what the fuck? Like, my whole everything went off. Like, everything.
Yeah, you
Like,
can't do that to me.
my
Had me nervous.
phone,
Leaving me on the stage like that.
everything went off. Hold on, let's get back. But we on the story of Wynter Smith, and this stupid fool Tucker said that by the time the police got back to him, he said he didn't take her. He like, I ain't got her. I don't have her. You know what I'm saying? They come to find out now they found her body in the alleyway.
Mm.
Look how little this girl is.
Wait, you say out of all people, he found the body in the alleyway?
Nah, she was found by the police in the alleyway, but
okay.
But just look at that little girl though. Like, come on, bro. You did something to that little girl, bro. You did something to that little girl. That is crazy.
Nigga sick. I'm tired of seeing black men behind the face of this shit.
I'm
We don't
saying
rock
it's
like
not like
that.
that. We supposed to be the ones protecting each
Yeah, we
other.
don't rock like that. We protect our own. Like these niggas on some fuck shit.
Hey, bro, listen.
And then I just want to know, like, at what level of what mental capacity are you at to even do anything to a child? Like, they're the most. If anything, I'm not saying, I'm not justifying nothing, but children are the most vulnerable. What is the other word? Innocent.
Precious.
Like, and you go and what? Usually 9 times out of 10, the story is either the mama tried to leave, so it was either me or nobody, or it's something to do with the mother, or it's something to do with the mother. Like, it really don't be nothing to do with the child when it comes to men. Like, you don't hear, oh, I'm going through postpartum, so I did this, or I'm going through X, Y, and Z, so I did this. Usually you hear that from the women. Okay, I killed my kid because of X, Y, and Z. Like, it's like it's something different in men and with children. I don't understand it. It's just weird.
I mean, at the end of the day, when it come down to a man doing shit like that to the kids, that's just somebody that just don't give a fuck about nothing. Nobody, they self,
Thank you,
nobody.
exactly. But that's sick. Like, you ain't get no help. I know like, I know they
At that
crazy.
point, you don't even deserve no help once you harm a kid. Like you just deserve to die. Like I
Yeah,
don't give
like
a fuck.
they get to plead insanity and all that other ass shit. Like, no.
Yeah, at that point, this shit's sad, man. I'm gonna bring it back for the people who just coming in, but this nigga done unalived a 2-year-old girl and threw her body in the alleyway. Like, come on, bro. Look, man.
And I can imagine the scream she scrumped.
That Rashad Trice had abducted Wynter Smith and drove away from the scene in Samara's 2013 Chevy Impala. A couple of hours after the disappearance of Wynter Smith, the police would issue an Amber Alert. This Amber Alert would come on July 3rd at 2 a.m. In the Amber Alert, it would describe the vehicle, and it would also describe that she would be located with Rashad Trice. About 2 hours later, at approximately 4:45 a.m., the vehicle of Samari would be spotted in St. Clair. That's about a 20-minute drive from Detroit. Once he's spotted, the authorities would attempt to pull him over. However, as soon as they got behind him and put on their lights, Rashad Trice would flee and later strike a patrol vehicle before ultimately being taken into custody. But there's one problem with this situation. They now have Rashad Trice, but upon further inspection of the vehicle, Wynter Smith is nowhere to be found. and Rashad Trice says she was never with him. Rashad is then arrested and taken to the county jail, but not before making a pit stop at the interrogation room. But when he's taken to the interrogation room, he refuses to cooperate. He doesn't say anything. He requests a lawyer and then requests that he be taken to a cell. July 3rd would come and go, and there was still no word from Wynter or her whereabouts. And by Tuesday, July 4th at 4 p.m., the FBI would have gotten involved in the case, and the FBI and the Lansing Police Department would hold a press conference. They would detail that 2-year-old Wynter Smith is missing, and then announce a $25,000 reward for any information to her whereabouts. Announcing a $25,000 reward did little to help the investigation. Although a few tips were called in, none of them would pan out. By the next day, on Wednesday, July 5th of 2023, at approximately 2:15 p.m., the prosecutors would announce charges against Rashad Trice. However, the charges announced weren't for Wynter Smith, but rather him attacking Samari. With Rashad Trice not cooperating with the FBI as well as the local authorities, they would be forced to wait on his cell phone records. After receiving his location data, they would begin searching the areas in which his phone pinged. And by 7 p.m. on that day, the police would be conducting a search near Olympia Street and Irwin Avenue when they would make a horrible discovery. While canvassing that area, the FBI would come across an alleyway that was overgrown with weeds. While searching the dense alleyway, they would come across an object. However, upon further inspection, they would come to realize that it wasn't an object at all, and that it was, in fact, the body of 2-year-old Wynter Smith.
At approximately 6:50 p.m. this evening, the body of Wynter Cole Smith was recovered by FBI agents. This is not the outcome we were hoping for, and our hearts go out to Wynter's family. Based on information developed throughout this investigation, our teams were searching multiple areas across the state over and over again, and then specifically in the area adjacent to where we're standing. Our evidence response team is currently processing the scene. This will be a thorough and deliberate crime scene investigation. It will take time to carefully collect evidence that we need to help bring the person responsible to justice.
90 hours into the disappearance of 2-year-old Wynter Smith, and the authorities now have an answer as to her whereabouts to give to the family. However, it wasn't the outcome they were hoping for. But the circumstances surrounding this case makes this situation a lot worse. And let me explain. As I stated in the beginning of this story, on May 23rd of 2021, Rashad Trice would be arrested and charged with domestic violence, in which he would be sentenced to 224 days. However, those charges would come later. When Rashad Trice was initially arrested, he would be released. Now, the reports don't state whether he was released on bond or on his own recognizance. However, days after being released, he would have another run-in with the law. His first incident occurred on May 23rd of 2021. However, by May 31st of 2021, he would be arrested in a completely different county. He would be in Clinton County when he arrested for obstruction and resisting. But that's not it. By August of 2021, he would be arrested for assault on police officers and obstruction again. And this charge would occur in a completely different county, which is Livingston County. So at this point, he has an active DV case against his ex-girlfriend, Samari. But a few days later, he's arrested in Clinton County for assaulting police officers, obstructing justice, and resisting arrest. he would receive a total of 93 days in the county jail. Now, as for the charges that he accumulated in Livingston County, he would only receive 2 years, not of jail time, but 2 years of probation. Now, as I stated, he served 224 days for the DV, plus the 93 days that he accumulated for the charges in Clinton County, which made him serve almost a full year in jail, in which he would be released on October 31st of 2022. In roughly 9 months after being released from jail is when he would commit the act against Samari and Wynter Smith. After being charged with the death of Wynter Smith, he would finally speak to the FBI, and he would explain that on the evening of July 2nd of 2023, he went over to Samari's home. He says that upon arriving over there, they began arguing about money, but that's all he told the police, because after telling them that they were arguing about money, he clams up again, and he doesn't say another word. However, although he's not talking, on July 20th of 2023, the official autopsy results would be released, and they're very telling. Police allege that he went over to the home of Samari on July 2nd at 11:19 p.m. He then argued, violated the mother, stabbed her, and then abducted 2-year-old Wynter Smith. When Wynter Smith was abducted, shortly afterwards, he took a pink cell phone cord and he used that item to commit strangulation. Police know this to be a fact because when she was discovered, the cord was still around her neck. After committing the act, this monster then took her lifeless body to the dense alleyway in which she was found in, and then he discarded of her like she was no more than a piece of trash.
We're going to go now to the man accused of kidnapping 2-year-old Wynter Cole Smith, making his first appearance today in federal court. 26-year-old Rashad Trice is charged with kidnapping resulting in death. The toddler, taken from her home in Lansing, found dead days later on Detroit's east side, and just touched the hearts of all of us.
This morning, Rashad Trice made an appearance here at the federal courthouse in Grand Rapids for a preliminary hearing. The 26-year-old walked in orange, chained at the hips, wrists, and ankles as police began to detail the nightmare that unfolded last week. After Trice waived his right to a bond hearing, FBI Special Agent Christopher Rodlico took the stand Tuesday, detailing hour by hour the police search for Trice and 2-year-old Wynter Cole Smith.
What happened to 2-year-old Wynter Smith is devastating. It's completely tragic all around. For her to lose her life at 2 years old, an age where you haven't even begun to live, but to be taken out by the hands of someone that you most likely trusted is a lot worse. My heart goes out to the family. I can't imagine what they're going through. I truly hope that she receives the justice that she deserves. Rest in peace, Wynter Smith. Thank you for being a light for others.
Bro, what's wrong with this nigga? This nigga done stabbed the mama. After he done stabbed the mama, nigga, you done went and strangled her and then took the baby and then unalived her and left her in the alleyway.
He needs to be taken out.
Yeah, I ain't got no answer for that shit. I ain't got no answer at all for that shit. That shit just sick.
He's asking to be taken out.
That's what he need to be done. He don't give a fuck about
Man,
his life nor anybody else's.
that nigga had too many chances. Like, how the fuck he kept getting out of jail?
That's just like that last case we seen with the where was that at? With the white lady and the dude that killed the little girl. Said she got abducted from the house and he didn't know how she was missing. The last one you ran.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same thing. Like they keep on letting these motherfuckers out of jail for this shit when they should have left their ass in there the first time.
I don't see how they keep letting niggas out of jail. Like, nigga go to jail over the pettiest shit, be sitting in that motherfucker.
Man, nigga get a traffic ticket.
Nigga got a bench warrant. We gonna have to take you in for 3-4 days. Matter of fact, it's the weekend, so we gotta add 2 more days.
And let me add on with Jello, nobody, but motherfuckers that touch kids, they deserve all the punishment they can get.
Yeah, that shit ain't cool. I don't even see how a nigga
The
can
brothers
even,
need to go get him and snatch.
like, how you fix yourself to unalive a 2-year-old little girl, innocent little girl.
Coward. Coward. We ain't seen not one violent incident he had against a man.
Let me see. And say it's the police fault after assaulting the police and didn't give him major time. Yeah, bro, this nigga done assaulted the crackers, and they still didn't lock his ass up.
The brothers need to go and take him out.
They will. He ain't gonna be comfortable. For sure. He ain't gonna be comfortable not even in PC.
And people who do that shit, they stamp on their head, take me out. You know, hey, take him out.
This shit is ridiculous.
Rest in peace to that little girl.
You see how small and innocent that girl was?
Man, I'm looking at them pictures. Remember my daughter when she was that age.
Man, that motherfucker, something wrong with his head. When he came off the rack, something was missing. Let's put him back where he belongs. I don't wish that on nobody, but I'm gonna tell you this: people who do that and take a child out, take him out. He needs to.
It ain't no rehabilitating him. It's over. It ain't no rehabilitation at all.
That's what I'm saying. He don't need no rehabilitation. He need to be taken out. This nigga here is on beast mode.
Nah, he wasn't on no beast mode. That's what he wasn't on.
Then he must have been on demon time, because that motherfucker right there is.
He wasn't even on demon time. He was on monster time. That's monsters that do that shit. Straight monster. He was on monster time. No regards for no human life. Take that little beautiful ass girl life like that. That's crazy.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That shit like when you got motherfuckers that ain't protecting these little kids, bro. Shit like this happens. Ain't no way, bro. They failed that little girl like that.
And that just goes back to the justice system. They do shit on their time. They do shit when they want to. It's convenient for them. They don't give a fuck about us. They don't give a fuck about that little girl. They let that man out keep on committing them crimes where shit came back on her like that. They should have knew when they assaulted his ass. He didn't give a fuck about nobody.
Crazy, man. We about to get into another story. I just can't, like, man, even fathom that a nigga can even do that to a baby, though. And nigga, that ain't even your fucking kid, nigga.
He has no heart. There's nothing there.
That ain't even your kid.
And that's probably the type of time he was on. This ain't my baby. He already done stabbed the mama.
We got some shit too about these weird ass niggas stalking too. Niggas be stalking motherfuckers. We got some shit too. Let me see. Just looking at this story first. This DC young lady vanished. Young lady from DC had vanished. We got to get into that real quick. So yeah, man, y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and start that notification bell. Every time we spin a block, y'all gonna spin it with us when it's Gangland.
It's been over 10 days since Eliza Crawford heard from her daughter.
She just wouldn't be missing for days. We're very close.
25-year-old Chyna Crawford has been missing since October 23rd. Eliza says her apartment was clean and her work laptop was missing.
Things wasn't strewn all over the place. So it just looks like she left one day and just to go out to run errands and it just never came back.
Chyna's mother has been handing out flyers in local neighborhoods. She's hoping someone will call her with information leading to her daughter.
If I could talk to my daughter right now, I would just say, baby, please just call me. Just try to get a message to me by any means, no matter where you are. I will come and get you. You know that you will be forgiven. Everything will be okay. I know that this is not something that you're doing on your own. I know this is against your will because I know you would not hurt me this way.
Harbor Freight knows on any given day, we're all mechanics, DIYers, and training wheel taker offers. We also know no one should overpay for dependable tools. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
You're the guy with the gun, the person who would do anything to protect the ones you love. But did you know you could go to jail for simply...
It's been 21 days since 25-year-old Chyna Crawford went missing. Chyna and her friend made plans to go shopping, but when her friend couldn't reach Chyna via phone, she contacted her mother, who was also unable to get in contact with her. The last known person to have seen Chyna was her older sister, who says they spoke briefly on the day she went missing. Her sister was making plans to move closer to Chyna, who lived alone. For days, Chyna's mother called and sent messages to her phone, but there was no response. She tried to find her daughter with the Find My iPhone app, but her phone was turned off. After finally contacting police, a welfare check was conducted of Chyna's one-bedroom apartment in Southwest Washington, D.C., but still, there were no signs of her. Chyna's family would officially file a police report on October 23rd, just the beginning of what will become a surreal experience for Chyna's friends and family. She has not been seen or heard from since.
Loved ones are concerned about 25-year-old Chyna Crawford. She's been missing since Monday, October 23rd, so nearly 2 weeks now. Crawford was last seen right along Good Hope Road in Southeast.
In the past 3 hours, D.C. police told us her car is also missing. It is a gray Mercedes.
Crawford is 5'7", about 120 pounds, with long black dreadlocks and brown eyes. And the family has also been searching on their own. They've been searching Anacostia Park here, as well as a wooded area right off Douglas. The family says they're working on getting a group together to continue searching this weekend and continue getting Chyna's face out there.
25-year-old Chyna Crawford, the youngest of 5 siblings, is described by her family as an independent young woman who is a go-getter, blunt, and someone who can adapt to any situation. After nearly a week and no sign of Chyna, D.C. police made a rare move, reassigning Chyna's case from the Missing Persons Unit to the Major Case Victims Unit and putting the investigation in the hands of the department's most senior homicide detectives. According to DC police statistics, Chyna is one of more than 2,400 who have gone missing this year in the nation's capital. The vast majority of these cases get resolved, but the shift in Chyna's case reflects the serious concerns authorities have surrounding her disappearance. With still no evidence of foul play, detectives are looking at suspicious circumstances surrounding Chyna's disappearance. Neither she nor the gray Mercedes-Benz with temporary Virginia tags she was driving at the time has been located. She was last seen in the 1600 block of Good Hope Road in Southeast Washington, D.C. Chyna's family and national advocates for missing people celebrated D.C. police's decision to upgrade the investigation.
Police say Chyna Crawford was last seen right here on this street. This is Good Hope Road, and throughout this area in Southeast, you will find missing persons posters of Chyna Crawford as the community looks to help to try to find her. These pictures of Chyna Crawford offer what her mother says is a snapshot of her daughter's sweet soul. The native Washingtonian is at the center of a growing regional search to find her. Her mother, Elisa Crawford, says each day has been difficult.
The more time goes by, the worse I'm in fear that we probably won't find her alive. And that's my worst fear.
Chyna's mother says she started to get concerned when she, along with Chyna's friends, couldn't get a hold of the 25-year-old after multiple phone calls. The family says she was last seen on October 23rd on Good Hope Road in Southeast. It's an area where some of her friends live.
Hopelessness, fear, you name it. I'm just praying that my baby is being held against her will and that she's okay, and that she'll be returned to me safe and sound.
Today, D.C. police released these photos of Chyna's car. They say it's a 2012 Mercedes-Benz with a temporary license plate that reads 998859V. D.C. police deem Chyna's case as a missing persons critical and are asking the community to contact them if they see or know about her whereabouts.
During the investigation, there's some information we received that led us to believe there may be some suspicious circumstances surrounding her disappearance.
Around the area where Chyna was last seen are posters like these in and outside of businesses. Chyna's mother says she's leaning on faith and issued this message to her daughter and the public.
Baby, I love you. I'm never going to give up looking for you. If you can try to send me any messages, anything, we're out here looking for you every day. It's the hardest thing I think I've ever had to deal with in my life. Someone has taken my child.
That's what Chyna's mother, Elisa, believes after not hearing a word from her daughter.
My daughter loves me very much, and she would not leave and be gone this long without any notification or just nothing. It's no messages. Her iPhone is no longer working.
She's got so many friends and family members who love her, who miss her. She's a hard worker, independent woman, financially independent.
Ward 8 ANC Commissioner Erica Green, Chyna's cousin, has grown frustrated in trying to spread the word about the disappearance.
What I'm noticing in this is that there's no compassion. What I'm noticing in this is that this is not a human being. This is another statistic. This is another number.
Fearing the worst, but hoping for the best, Chyna's mother wants the public to be on the lookout.
I miss my friend. I miss my daughter. She was my baby. I just hope whoever has her just release her. Please.
Since Chyna's disappearance, her family has conducted 2 searches, one on October 30th and the other on November 4th, with friends, family, and even strangers from other states coming out to show their support. Chyna's family says they refuse to give up. In fact, her sister says she believes she is still alive, although she grows concerned as the weather begins to get cold. Regardless of the outcome, the family will not stop searching. They have created a GoFundMe to help raise money for a $5,000 reward for any information leading to Chyna's whereabouts. In an attempt to collect the reward money, people began sending messages to Chyna's mother's phone, claiming to have information regarding her disappearance. A text conversation stated the following: "It doesn't work like that, but I have reward money. I need some confirmation. You need to hurry as well, because these men seem dangerous, and I don't know how long I can hold them. How much is the reward money? How can I hurry if I don't know where to? How much is the reward money?" Chyna's mother then captures the post saying, "Now messages from people are trying to scam me. Young ladies, please always let someone know where you are going. My daughter always shared her location, not only with me, but siblings and friends. This did not matter. Once they turn your phone off, that's it. You are gone. I did have faith in our world until now. I hope this will prevent this from happening to you. Your location is not enough. I wish I would have had an air tag in her car. A situation like this happened to my daughter, Chyna Crawford. I'm constantly being reminded that there are some really messed up people out here that mean you harm. Please stay safe. Any information, please DM me or copy police. Find Chyna. Find Chyna Crawford. Her uncle then posed, I kindly ask that you refrain from engaging in our family's direct messages unless you possess credible information regarding the whereabouts of my niece, Chyna Crawford. We are currently facing a grave situation and do not have the luxury of time for unnecessary games. Our hearts ache from the anguish of not knowing anything. It is disheartening that some individuals who claim to be friends may possess vital information yet choose to remain silent. Therefore, I respectfully urge you to cease sending messages to Chyna's mother unless you have pertinent details that can aid us in locating her. And I said what I said. They are also asking the public to share relevant posts about Chyna's case using the hashtag Find Chyna. 25-year-old Chyna Crawford is 5'7" and weighs 120 to 130 pounds. She has dreads down to her waist, braces, and 2 tattoos, the name Anthony on her hip, and a heart with devil horns on the right side of her chest. The case remains ongoing.
Craft together something special in your home.
We always find our way back home.
Oh man, another missing young lady on the way to go see her family house. Now all of a sudden she missing. Supposed to be on the
What
way to
state
go
that was
see her
in?
family. Now she missing.
What state that was in?
That was in DC.
Where was the other one? Was that in?
Nah, that wasn't in DC. I forgot where that one was at. Like, man, what the fuck going on, man?
Because that's crazy. Because I ain't gonna lie. When it comes to my daughter, I rely on that motherfucker. Who am I echoing on?
That's crazy though.
Hey, yeah, because when it comes to my daughter, I rely on that location. And it's crazy that it don't work if they cut their phone off.
Like, nigga, they posted like how she go from going to go see her family to missing. Like, all right, I'm about to go to my cousin's house, and then all of a sudden you come up missing.
It's crazy
But you're
because
supposed to be on your way to your cousin's house. I think somebody did something to her. They was hating on her. And then she was driving the grab. Did they find? I wonder if they found her car.
I mean, reports said they haven't found it, right?
They said they ain't found her or the car. I don't think.
Who, Alexa? Who we talking about?
They said it's still an ongoing case.
Let me get my ass in check.
Damn, my motherfucker ain't even safe going to visit family.
This shit crazy. I ain't gonna even hold you. Like to where niggas, how you gonna miss it going to go see your peoples? Then how this other fool unalived this 2-year-old girl and then leave her in the alleyway. And they kept letting this nigga get the fuck out of jail. Like, come on, man.
And their times getting worse. This ain't getting no better. This shit getting sicker and worse.
It shouldn't be no reason why a nigga got all these stories though. Like, bro, this nigga be playing different stories though, real life though. Like, it's hella different shit that's really going on.
And there's multiple things going on in multiple states, cities, countries a day. These are the stories we're hearing about now.
Oh, I'm about to get into this one right here, gang. Hold on.
Like the rock of our family.
It's been 72 hours since Jameka's sisters received news they never expected.
I had got a call from my niece, and my niece was just crying, and she was like, my daddy just killed my mama. And
police have yet to publicly ID a suspect.
we feel like he's armed and dangerous. We don't know what he'll do to us. He knows where all of us live and things like that. We feel like he don't have anything to lose.
38-year-old Jameka Williams was a loving daughter, sister, and most importantly, a devoted mother of 4 children, 17, 14, 12, and 7 years of age. Friends and family described her as the rock, the glue that kept everyone together. Such a beautiful and kind soul, both inside and out. To know her was to truly love her. No one could have ever prepared themselves for the tragedy that would soon unfold. Around 7 p.m. on November 10th, Houston police responded to a home on Bird Run Drive in the Missouri City area of southwest Houston for reports of a shooting. Upon entering the home, they would locate the unresponsive body of an adult female. The victim was identified as 38-year-old Jameka Williams, who was sadly pronounced dead at the scene after succumbing to a gunshot wound to the face. 3 of Jameka's children, 14, 12, and 7 years old, who were all witnesses to the shooting, quickly identified the shooter as her on and off again boyfriend since high school, 41-year-old Christopher Levels, who was also the father of 2 of Jameka's children. According to law enforcement, Jameka and her partner got into a fight before he shot her and fled the area in Jameka's white Nissan Altima. Jameka's sister, who described receiving a phone call from her niece stating, "My daddy just killed my mommy," says before the shooting, Jameka was doing her hair and getting ready to go out with friends. He became jealous, telling her, "You're not going anywhere, and today is the day." Family members said he had made threats before, but they never thought he would act on them. In previous messages, he threatened to kill Jameka and whoever she was talking to. Ironically, he made plans to move out of the home just 2 days after the murder, leaving those close to the couple to believe that the decision was mutual. Recently, city leaders shared that 18% of murders in the Houston area are domestic violence related. Jameka's children are now trying to process the traumatic loss and what they had to witness.
Down in front of her own children. Police say she was shot by her on and off again boyfriend, who was also the father of 2 of her kids. New at 10 ABC 13's Brooke Taylor just spoke to family members in Brooke. It's been 3 days since the shooting, and that man still isn't in custody.
It has, Erica. It's been 72 hours, and Houston police still have not named this suspect who they're looking for, so we can't name him. But family members of the victim tell me that he has threatened her before, but they say they never took the threat seriously because he was really part of their family and they have children together. The door wide open, inside a Christmas tree shining. Well, outside, police put up crime tape around the home. Chyna Williams got a frightening call from her 14-year-old niece revealing the horror that just happened.
And she stated, "My daddy just killed my mama."
38-year-old Jameka Williams was shot and killed in her bedroom at her home on Bird Run Drive in southwest Houston in the Missouri City area on Friday. Police say she was shot by her boyfriend who fled, and he's been on the run since. Jameka has 4 children, and together they have 2. Her family says 3 of the kids had to watch it happen.
It hurts because of the fact that the kids had to experience a traumatic incident like that, and those are the last memories that they'll see of their mother.
Chyna says the 2 have been on and off since high school, and recently they were broken up. Before the shooting, she says her sister was getting ready to go out with friends and he grew jealous.
When he seen her flat ironing her hair, dressed and ready to go hang out with her friend, he was like, "You're not going anywhere." He said, "You're not going anywhere. Today is the day." And then that's when he went and got the gun and he pulled it out on her.
Recently, city leaders got together to share domestic violence numbers in our area. The police chief says 18% of murders are domestic violence related. The risk of homicide.
See, you gotta watch motherfuckers when they be threatening you, saying, "You keep on, you keep on." Be careful. Be careful. When the motherfucker get to saying weird ass shit like that, get to making threats, man, you better watch that motherfucking name.
Start taking that shit to heart.
Saying underlying threats and shit like that. All right, nigga, be careful, nigga. Fuck you mean, be careful. You motherfucker, like, saying it's like some underlying ass weird shit. Like, that's crazy.
Homicide increases 5 times if there are guns in abusive households.
If a guy or girl is telling you they will hurt you, they will kill you, they don't want to see you with anyone else, I would say leave after the first sign.
Her children now trying to process the loss and what they had to witness. Jameka's eldest son, who wasn't home, says they had big plans.
Mom, she always talked about me graduating, and now that I'm finally a senior, this is supposed to be me and her year. She always talked about my prom, coming to my games, just watching me walk that stage as a senior. And I'm not a regular senior, I'm a senior with honors.
Still shocked and in disbelief, Jameka's family described her as the missing piece to their puzzle. How could things have gone this far? And in front of her children? Although there had been a history of verbal threats, it never turned into physical violence. What was different this time? Just days after Jameka's senseless and untimely murder, friends and family gathered together for a vigil and balloon release to honor her life and celebrate a woman who meant so much to many.
Fox 26's Abigail Dye went to the emotional balloon release tonight.
Hi, my name is Alina, and I would like to give you a few reasons why you should consider dating a young slave.
A mother killed in front of her 14, 12, and 7-year-old daughters.
They're traumatized because that's all that they're going to remember, the last look of her, like seeing her on the ground.
Pink balloons and broken hearts filled the Missouri City driveway that was a crime scene just days ago, where 38-year-old Jameka Williams was shot.
My niece, who was here at the time that it happened, she called my phone and she told me that her dad had killed her mama.
Her sisters say Jameka was a great mother to her 4 kids. Police say they think that Jameka's boyfriend is the killer, who's still on the run. The family identifies Jameka's boyfriend as Christopher Levels.
I was shocked, but I did see it coming. He was very jealous of her.
Police say the suspect took off in a white Nissan Altima. Jameka's sisters want to see him behind bars.
Do the right thing, because you know you hurt the only people that really loved you, that genuinely loved you and looked out for you. You know we're crushed over here. So if you're out there, do the right thing, not only for Jameka but for your kids.
As of right now, 41-year-old Christopher Levels is still on the run and considered armed and dangerous. There is currently a $30,000 reward for any information leading to his arrest. A GoFundMe has also been created by her family to raise money for her unexpected funeral expenses. The case remains ongoing.
She's a beautiful person inside and out. We're going to make sure we take care of these kids' stuff. We're going to make sure his family good. We're going to make sure Chris get what he deserves. It's not fair, but we all are here for one another. Y'all know me, that's why y'all here. Y'all know she had a good heart. Y'all know she loved. So she loved us. We can only move her now, but she knows she knows like, oh, keep your head up. Keep her heart, her arms open for these kids and her mama and her sister. On the count of 3, we're going to make her go. Hold on.
Love you, man. Mika. 1, 2, 3. We love you, Mika. I see one going.
Man, what's up with all these cowards harming these women and kids?
Bro, that nigga's a coward, bro. Like, how many times these niggas gonna be doing all this shit in front of them kids, bro? Like, this bitch ass nigga, like, this nigga done did that shit in front of the kid. Any nigga, bro, that do that weird, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You a weirdo, bro. You a weirdo.
Super weirdo.
Hey, your kids or not, bro. You arguing and doing all that shit. Like, motherfucker get the, like, this weirdo nigga poke at your head and then poke the fuck out you in your eye and be like, my bad, I'm sorry. Bitch ass nigga, why you poking at her head with your finger anyway, nigga? Bitch ass nigga. Like, man, these niggas is low lives, period.
Yeah, I ain't got no understanding for that shit. That shit's just crazy. Like, this a third story we done heard of somebody doing something to a woman or a child. Like, come on, man, that shit crazy. Like, at what point do you have some type of compassion in your heart? The fuck? Like, I don't give a fuck. I done did shit. I ain't did it to no woman or no kid, though. Like, come on, that shit crazy. This should be leaving me speechless. And I'm having a whole shit to say.
But you know what's fucked up?
Yeah.
Is that them kids gonna forever remember? Because I'm like that of domestic violence. When I looked at that man that I thought was supposed to be the one that was supposed to protect me and shit, he was the one that was hurting. I seen a demon in him, like I don't even know how to explain that shit, but it was like, damn, man, you really about to, like, you know, that shit gonna forever be bad in them kids' heads, like, this nigga was supposed to protect us, and look what he did. Like, they gonna see his facial expression, they gonna think about the difference in how he was acting before, and you know, all that shit in the life of the kids and the fucked up.
Hey, I think we all.
You said what, gang?
We all got an echo.
That's Anonymous Angel. Mute your mic.
Hello?
Yeah, we on.
It was the mic.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Hello?
You good? It's us.
I'm ready to scream hella loud. Oh, no, that's you, Ron. It bounced when we talk. Bounce when she walk.
Damn.
But that's so fucked up. I gotta raise my son if I have to correct way. I ain't about to out here beating on women. Every it's okay to put their hands on women. Unless that bitch doing some shit to you that you know. Okay, but just out here beating just to beat them and overbeating until they die. You put your hands on them.
Yeah, shit. You say somebody echoing bad. Let me see. Is her mic on? Nope, her mic ain't on. We still echoing.
Okay, I'm gonna mute mine and then say something. 2 3.
All right, all right. We still echoing.
One of us gotta say something.
Yeah, it ain't true.
Yeah, it
You
ain't true.
clear.
You
It's us
clear.
like
It's us like
everybody else
everybody
echoing.
else echo. Hold on, let me see.
Let me see. I'm gonna go on mute.
Yo, it's good now.
Okay. Oh, I'm not putting that point.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
domestic
that
violence,
domestic
that
violence.
shit.
That shit.
Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
there
It's
we go.
back.
It's back.
Huh?
It just start echoing again. It stopped.
I think that was wrong thing. But what I was gonna say was, oh no, I need a bra. You can see my nipples through this. That's inappropriate. For real. These kids gonna be like, "Ooh, what's that?" Um, you know what though? I feel like, cause this generation, who knows? These motherfuckers might take that offer. But back in the day, your grandma or your mama or someone in your family that you like look up to, have the utmost respect for, ever told you like, not fight me, but like fight, like and you go do it, but you're not doing what you're supposed to. You ain't hitting them as hard as you would hit anybody else. But just that right there, like I think if a lot of men had that in their household, like I'm gonna show you, like this is what it felt like. Put your hands on women. I feel like they probably would. It probably would help a lot, like because a lot of men, and I can't even say that. I really can't because I don't think that would work. It's fucked up. So yeah, I
Not
don't
to
know.
make an excuse for it, a lot of that shit come from niggas growing up seeing their mamas getting hands put on them.
Yeah, but that's just like, well, I mean, yeah, because I can't say that because that was me. I watched that shit and thought it was okay. I thought that was actually a part of love, and then I had to realize when that nigga almost killed me. Oh no, this is no fucking love. Motherfucker that love you would never do no shit to hurt you at all. Period.
Hell nah, they gonna feel bad when they see you hurt.
And then, you know what fucked me up the most about it though? And I didn't go back though. It's the fact that the nigga really sat in my face and bald face cried to me like the shit was my fault. Like I made him put his, sir, I ain't did a fuck thing to you. Not once. Now, the other bitch, yeah, I didn't witness and I didn't have to tell him. Like it came to a point, this is how bad it was, and I had to stop talking to him. The nigga asked me, we in the car, it's me, the other girl, and him, right? And at the time, I guess you would call it what you want to call it, but me and her, we wasn't touching each other, but he just had two bitches. And we was in the car together, and some shit happened. She grabbed the wheel on his ass, and he looked back at me like, "Should I beat this bitch ass?" And most bitches, they would expect the other bitch to say, "Yeah," out of bitterness, like yeah, of course she gonna say, "Yeah, you fucking the nigga." And I'm like, "Nah, but don't put your hands on her. Don't put your hands on her." He still did it anyway, but it's just that right there. A lot. The validation, like you feel like you have to have a validation to put your hands on a woman.
For a motherfucker to sit there and cry and tell you it's his fault after he put his hands on you, something wrong with that motherfucker.
Yeah, he literally said, I'm sorry, baby, I didn't mean to do that, but you made me do it. How the fuck did I make you do anything? I didn't put a gun in your head I didn't even say a word to you. That like an argument, some argument, just the fact that a bitch is even arguing back with a man will probably make him want to. Men might not do it, but yeah, back in their head, they're like, bitch, I'll beat your ass. Like, but he just, anything. I'm talking about anything, whether he was mad at his mama, the next bitch, a nigga, it didn't matter. He's taking that shit out on me or he's taking that shit out on her. I'm not about to be a punching bag. I have to go home to my daughter at the end of the day. And yes, she's young, but kids are intelligent as fuck. When she have a black eye when she grow up, oh, this is what my mama had from him. This is cool. This is cool. No, it ain't cool. This ain't cool. Oh,
And
my
to the
daughter
women
think
out
that
there
shit cool.
listening that feel and letting that man tell you he doing this shit because he love you or he love you after he put his hands on you, that nigga don't give a fuck about you.
That's a lie. That's manipulation.
He don't give a fuck about you at all because if he did, he'd keep his hands to himself and learn how to use his words.
That's good manipulation.
Baby, you know I love you. You know I don't want to do that, right? But you, bitch, you know I'm about to leave your ass, right? You
I
know
mean,
all that shit is the oldest trick in the book, right?
I mean, and the cold part about it, you keep falling for that shit. That shit can later on lead to death in some cases.
Death, exactly. And that's why I have to get the fuck, because I'm not gonna end up dead. I don't want my daughter, and that's the thing. Generational shit. That shit, what is it called? Hereditary. It's a part of your gene, shit like that. I believe in that shit
Generational
100%.
curse.
I'm not about to sit here and take no beatings and then it end up happening to my daughter. Fuck no.
But you give me.
And you know it's a small size.
You beat me, you gonna wish you ain't beat nothing. Ow.
Yeah, that shit just sad. If you can sit there and put your hands on a woman,
Yeah.
watch her cry, curl up, ball
Say
up, and
less.
scream, no, you ain't shit.
Like, this shit is crazy. Life is really crazy. Motherfuckers do not. Mm. It's them sitting here eating hot chips and cream cheese for me.
Come on, y'all know what it is, man. It's Gangland, man. We about to get into some
I
more
can go take a
content.
shower.
We about to get into some more, man. She is on some X-rated shit. She got to get in the shower, nipples showing. Oh my God, oh my Jesus, what's going on?
No, I've been out.
I've been
I've
out.
been out, okay?
Oh my Jesus. We about to get into some more content, man. Y'all hit the like button. I don't know how to pronounce their name. I forgot to pronounce their name, but we about to get in, to this story. How the fuck I say their name? Hold on, y'all. They called the TheKuriaFamily, or I don't know, man. They gonna say it in the video, man. My bad for butchering the name. I don't know how to pronounce that shit, but y'all hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, man.
Of Black Girl Gone, I tell the story of the Kuria family, who were found beaten to death on August 1st, 2007, in Powder Springs, Georgia. Jane Kuria and her 3 children had migrated to the United States just 6 years before in search of a better life. But on August 1st, 2007, after no one had heard from the family for 2 days, Jane, her daughters, 19-year-old Isabel and 16-year-old Annabelle, were all found dead. Jeremy, Jane's 7-year-old son, and their 11-year-old cousin, who had been visiting, were also badly beaten, but managed to survive. No one could understand how someone could do this to Jane and her children. But 16 years after the murder, there are still more questions than answers. Who killed the Kuria family? And why? This is the Kuria family's story. This week's story involves the murder of 3 people and the attempted murder of 2 others. And the entire family was brutally attacked in an otherwise safe community in Powder Springs, Georgia. There are a lot of unanswered questions about what happened to this family that day, and the person who committed these heinous murders has not been caught. How could someone do this to an entire family and never be caught? After 16 years, the people who knew and loved the Kuria family have never forgotten what happened to them, and they want the person or people responsible to be caught. Jane Kuria's story began in Kenya, where she was born and raised. But in 2001, Jane and her 3 children, Isabel, Annabelle, and Jeremy, relocated to the United States, where they sought asylum after the death of Jane's husband. According to reports, he had died from pneumonia, and after his death, Jane came to the United States and in her application for asylum stated that she could not go back to Kenya out of fear that she and her children would be killed because of her objection to female circumcision. The Kuria family arrived in Boston in 2001, but in 2002, they moved to the small city of Powder Springs, Georgia. Powder Springs is located about a half hour from Atlanta in Cobb County. Losing your husband, suddenly becoming a single mother, and now living in a new country would be a lot for any woman to handle. But according to people who knew Jane, she was a strong person who was determined to give her children a better life. In an interview with Unsolved Mysteries, her cousin Diana said that Jane was an awesome mother and she did everything she could for her children. She made sure that they were at school on time, that their homework was done, and that they got good grades. It was important that her children succeed, and she wanted to make sure that they were able to take advantage of the opportunities in front of them. Her cousin said that Jane was strict, but she also knew how to loosen up and let her hair down. She was described as bubbly and the life of the party, but she was also very outspoken and wasn't afraid to tell you exactly how she felt. After their move to Powder Springs, the family moved into a house on a quiet street. The children enrolled in the local school, and Jane began working as a nurse at a local nursing home. After such a huge change in their lives, it seemed as if everything for this family was going well. Both Isabel and Annabelle had adjusted well to life in America, and they were loving big sisters to their younger brother Jeremy. The family said that the girls would spoil him and give him pretty much anything he wanted. As a family, the Curias attended church regularly, and Annabelle even began volunteering there. In the years following their move to Georgia, the Curia family had settled in really nicely into their new lives and community. Jane's cousin said that over the years, she had become really good friends with the seniors at the nursing home, and Jane was a valued member of the staff there. By 2007, Isabel, the oldest, was 19 and had graduated from high school and had decided that she wanted to become a pharmacist, and so she was in school in Chattanooga. Annabelle, who was 16, was a sophomore in high school, and Jeremy, who was 7, was attending the local elementary school. The Curia family had lived a quiet, uneventful life in Powder Springs. They had no way to anticipate the events that would take place later that summer, and neither did anyone else who knew them. In the summer of 2007, the children were enjoying their break from school. Isabel was home from school also. That summer, Jane's cousin, Pauline, who had also been living in Georgia, had her son visiting her. Peter, who was 11 at the time, was still living in Kenya, but had come to the United States that summer to spend time with his mom and other family that was there. Since Peter and Jeremy were close in age, Pauline decided to drop her son off at the Curious home so the boys could play together. On June 29th, 2007, Pauline dropped Peter off at the Curious. He and Jeremy, according to reporting, had spent the entire day playing outside. It's not clear the last time anyone spoke to Jane or her daughters after Peter dropped them off, but the next day, July 30th, 2007, when Pauline tried to call Jane to check on Peter, she didn't get an answer. After trying a few times and still not getting an answer, Pauline started to worry because it wasn't like Jane or the girls to not answer the phone. Pauline's older son, Owen, was also living in Georgia with his mom, and so she sent him over to the Curious home to check on them. According to 11 Alive News, when Owen arrived at the house, he saw Jane's black Toyota parked in the driveway. Owen said that he knocked on the door, but he didn't get an answer. He said he then looked through the side window next to the door, but he didn't see anything. Owen said that he figured that since Jane's car was in the driveway, that someone had picked the family up and took them out, and so he left. But on August 1st, 2007, when Pauline woke up and again tried to contact Jane and Peter, there was still no answer at the Curia home. Diana, Jane's cousin, who was living next door to Pauline, who was her aunt, told Unsolved Mysteries that Pauline knocked on her door at around 9:45 that morning. Diane said Pauline asked her if she could take her over to Jane's house. She told Diana that Owen had gone over there, but no one had answered the door or the phone since Monday. Diana said that she and Pauline then got in her car and made the 15-minute drive over to the Kuria house. When they arrive, they see Jane's car parked in the driveway. Diana said that her Aunt Pauline was really worried at that point. Diana said that Pauline was talking really fast and was in a complete panic as they got out of the car to walk to the house. Quote, we got out of the car and she was worried. My aunt was like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's so unlike her. I have my child over there. I don't know. I haven't spoken to him. Diana told 11 Alive. Neither she or her aunt had any idea what was going on, but it was clear that Pauline felt like something was very wrong. Her son Peter had only been in the United States for 2 days, and so the fact that he was at Jane's house and no one had heard from anyone at the house in almost 3 days was extremely concerning. Diana said that she told Pauline to go up the front stairs and knock on the door while she ran around to check the bag. When Pauline tried to open the door, it was locked, and so she followed her niece around to the back of the house. Diana said that as she went up the stairs of the back deck, she could see that the sliding glass door that led to the kitchen was open. Diana said that she figured she would find Jane in the kitchen making breakfast, but when Diana slid the door back and entered the house, she said it was dark and eerily quiet. The only light was coming from the TV that had cartoons on it. Diana said that she started calling out to her family, but no one responded to their name being called. And so Diana went further into the house, and that's when she saw blood. She said there was blood on the floor and blood on the walls. And then she noticed a body lying on the floor. Diana said that she yelled to her aunt to go back down the stairs, and Pauline started yelling at Diana, asking her to tell her what was going on. Diana said she told her aunt that she saw blood and a body on the floor. Diana said that Pauline started screaming. She took her aunt's phone and called 911 to report what she had just found, and within minutes, police and paramedics from Powder Springs began arriving at the Kuria house. When police were called, they were only sure that there was one victim in the house. But once they arrived and entered the home, they realized that this was a way bigger situation than they had ever imagined. Diana said that when the police and paramedics went inside the home, she could see one of the officers standing at the door. Quote, all of a sudden, I see a first responder stick out his hand, and he puts 5 fingers up in the air, and then he puts up 2, and then he puts up 3. And I asked the officer, like, what does that mean? And he told me, did you see an ambulance leave? And I said, yeah. And a chopper? And I said, yeah. That's the 2 survivors. And I said, what about the 3? What happened to the 3? And he said, they didn't make it, Diana said in her interview with Unsolved Mysteries. But at first, Diana and Pauline had no idea which 3 family members of theirs had been murdered. And Pauline didn't know if her son was alive or dead. Quote, we need to know. We need to call everybody. We need to gather everybody. We need to call the family because it's not just my aunt's son who's in there. All of these are our cousins to us. We need to let everybody know what's going on. Diana told 11 Alive she said to police that night. She said that her aunt began calling everyone in their family to let them know what was going on. And she and Diana were taken to the Powder Springs police station so they could be interviewed. Once there, they learned what police had found inside the house. Jane, Isabel, and Annabelle had all been found dead. The 2 boys, Jeremy and Peter, had survived but had been severely injured and were clinging to life. The lead detective on the case said that when he arrived on the scene and entered the Kuria home, he was immediately struck by how brutal and bloody this crime scene was. In the kitchen, Jane was found with blood splatter on the walls and blood smeared all over the floor. He could tell that Jane had been beaten to death, but she had not gone down easily, And from the scene, the detective could tell that Jane had fought for her life. But whoever had done this to Jane wanted to make sure that she was dead because, according to the detective, it was overkill. The beating was beyond what it would have taken to kill Jane, and so that let the detective know that whoever had done this had been in an uncontrollable rage. The next body that the detective could see was that of 19-year-old Isabel. Like her mom, she too had been beaten to death and had blunt force injuries to her body. The detective said that unlike her mom, Isabel never saw the attack coming. He theorized that she had come up the stairs when she was attacked and then beaten until she died at the bottom of the stairs where she was found. Annabelle, the third victim, was found just a short distance from her sister down the hallway. She had also been beaten to death, and, like her sister, had likely never seen it coming. A few feet from where Annabelle was found, inside the bedroom, the two boys were found. Both boys had been in bed when they were attacked, and they had been beaten with the same instrument used in the murders, but were able to miraculously survive. Investigators believe that because they were in bed, that the pillow had absorbed the force of some of the blows. Jeremy had to be airlifted to the Atlanta Children's Hospital where he underwent surgery. Peter's injuries were less severe, and so he was driven by ambulance, but both Peter and Jeremy had sustained life-threatening injuries, and their families were afraid that they could still die from their injuries. But there was also another issue. There was concern that once word got out that Jeremy and Peter had survived, that whoever had done this would come back and finish the job. And so the boys were both closely guarded by police while the investigation into this crime began. 3 people had been beaten to death, and 2 children had been left clinging to life. The murders and beatings were brutal and shocking. It had been 3 years since there had been a murder in Powder Springs, and now there were 3. No one had any idea why someone would want to kill Jane, let alone her 3 children and little cousin who had just been there to visit. It didn't make any sense. Why would someone do this? This was a question that the Curious family would be asking for years to come.
Biore blemish patches. Absorb pepsin oil for visible results.
On August 1st, 2007, the bodies of Jane Kuria and her 2 daughters, Isabel and Annabelle, were found beaten to death inside their Powder Springs, Georgia home. Jane's son Jeremy and their cousin Peter had also been attacked but managed to survive. But now police had to find their killer and a motive. While Jeremy and Peter recovered from their injuries in the hospital, investigators had begun trying to piece together what had happened to this family. Investigators determined that the attacks on the Kuria family had taken place at least 30 hours before their bodies were found. Through phone records, they were able to determine that at around midnight on the 31st, Isabel had responded to an email. And then, according to police, Jane received a call at around 3:30 a.m. that went unanswered. This told detectives that the murders likely took place between those hours. The late hour would also provide a cover for the killer because most of the neighbors nearby would likely be asleep. At the scene, there was no sign of forced entry, which was an indication to detectives that perhaps Jane had let the killer in unknowingly. The scene in the kitchen led them to theorize that someone had been sitting at the table with Jane at least for a little while before the attack. Since there was nothing in the home that matched a description of what was believed to be the murder weapon, detectives believed that the killer had likely brought it with them, a sign that this was premeditated. Detectives searched for and collected fingerprints and DNA from the scene. They hoped that with an attack this brutal that the killer had left behind their own blood. But investigators were not able to identify any blood other than the victims, and the fingerprints that they collected matched the Kuria family or people who had a reason to be in the house. One of the things that the lead detective found the most suspicious about the scene was the lack of blood transfer. Quote, the odd thing about what I saw that day is there wasn't a transfer from one scene to the next. And I literally say this because of the four crime scenes. The blood from the kitchen didn't drip, shoe print, smear, or otherwise move to the crime scene that Isabel was contained within. And the crime scene that Isabel was contained in didn't move toward the scene where Annabelle was down the hallway. There's no continuation of blood from one to the next. And that is very odd, he told Unsolved Mysteries. And there was also no blood outside of the house, none on the deck or the grass below. And it was baffling for police who could not understand how the killer escaped this bloody scene without leaving a trace of DNA behind. After not getting much evidence from the crime scene, detectives turned to the Curious family and friends to try to find out who would want to kill them. The night of the murders, the lead detective working the case said that he went and met with about 30 of the Curious family members and friends who had gathered after the murders. The detective said that he had gone to make himself available to anyone who wanted to talk, but he also wanted to see who was there and see if there was anyone acting suspicious. While he was there, the detective was approached by a man named Patrick who had gone to the same church as the Kuria family. He told the detective that they needed to look into a gang that operated out of Kenya for these murders. The gang, often referred to as the Kenyan Mafia, was known for killing and assaulting their political enemies. And Patrick told the detective that Jane told him they had killed her husband. What Patrick told the detective was intriguing, and so he wanted to look into it further. Patrick was a fellow member of the church that they went to, but he had also developed a friendship with the family. Annabelle would babysit his sons for him from time to time, and he would come over and mow the lawn for Jane. According to Patrick, who was married, he and Jane were just friends, but Patrick had injected himself into this investigation, and after police looked into his story, he started to raise their suspicions. After doing some digging, detectives discovered that the gang Patrick had referred to was a real gang, but they had a hard time believing that they had the ability or desire to come all the way to the United States to commit a murder. They had also obtained a copy of Jane's husband's death certificate, which showed that he had died of natural causes. Detectives had started to believe that, for whatever reason, Patrick had sent them on a wild goose chase. As part of the investigation, detectives had obtained copies of Jane's phone records. The detective said that he didn't just want the calls for the day of the murder, he had asked for the 30 days prior to the murder also. And he discovered that every single day, Jane and Patrick would speak on the phone multiple times a day. From July 1st until the 31st, 10 to 12 times a day, Jane and Patrick called each other back and forth. Jane and Patrick, being more than friends, would not have been that big of a deal, except for the fact that Patrick was married. And so detectives contacted him and asked him to come in and answer some questions. Detectives asked Patrick about his whereabouts the night of the murder, and he said he was home alone with his children. They asked Patrick about the calls back and forth between him and Jane, and he insisted that despite the way it looked, he and Jane were just friends. But for at least the previous 30 days prior to the murders, they had spoken every day. He called her every day. But on the 31st, there was no call from Patrick to Jane. The detectives asked Patrick why he didn't call Jane on the 31st, but he didn't offer a reason. He told the detectives that he didn't know why. Patrick had become a person of interest for investigators, but they had no evidence that directly connected him to these murders and the assaults. Patrick, for the most part, had been cooperative with detectives. They interviewed him at least 4 times, and he gave them DNA, fingerprints, and a hair sample. But without anything to compare it to, it was basically useless. A week after the attack, Peter regained consciousness. Jeremy, however, remained in a coma for several weeks. But after the boys had recovered enough to speak to the detectives, they were interviewed. Jeremy, however, could not remember anything, and Peter, who had some recollection of that night, had not been able to provide a physical description of the suspect, and because of his injuries, had been inconsistent in his memory of events. Detectives working the case continued to search for evidence, but there was very little evidence and no leads. And as the months went on, detectives were getting further and further away from finding the truth. Jane, Isabel, and Annabelle were flown back to Kenya where they were buried together. But Jeremy, who was still in the hospital, was unable to go. When Jane's family returned back to the United States, they found out that another relative of Jane's, named Elizabeth, had, without their knowledge, removed their names from all of Jeremy's documents and taken over full custody of the child. They say that Jeremy was moved back to Kenya and Elizabeth isolated him from them. They only got to see Jeremy once or twice a year. After gaining custody of Jeremy, the family member then sold Jane's house and car, and the money was supposed to go into a trust for Jeremy. But Jeremy, however, later said that he never received any of the money, and he said that Elizabeth never really treated him like a mom would. In the years after the attack, Jeremy and Peter both tried to live a normal life, but they were haunted by what happened to them and their family. It's now been 16 years since Jane, Isabel, and Annabelle were murdered, and this case is now cold. The question that existed on August 1st, 2007, when their bodies were found, still exists today. It's hard to imagine that a murder like this could happen, and the person or people responsible are still free. This family did not deserve to be beaten to death. They came to the U.S. for a better life. Jane came here to protect her children, and 6 years later, they were murdered. The people that were left behind and who were the most affected by this tragedy deserve to have some closure to this unthinkable situation. If anyone out there has any information about these murders, you can help bring this part of this story to an end and help bring those responsible to justice. Jane, Isabel, and Annabelle Kuria were found beaten to death in their home in Powder Springs, Georgia on August 1st, 2007. Jane's son and cousin were also beaten, but they survived. If you have any information about these murders, please contact the Powder Springs Police Department. May Jane, Isabel, and Annabelle rest in peace.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Threads.
I chose Wix for my business because of its massive scope for functionality and freedom of creation. Being able to integrate and change and develop at my own pace. I offer a range of products and services. To manage it all from one place is essential. It gave me time back in my day to get going on actual projects. It really just made everything feel more accessible.
Mac, where you at? Mac! Okay, everybody sit tight. We have technical difficulties. We'll be right back. Yanni, you there?
Nah, we still here.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Nah, we still here. We still here. We still got one more, man. I told y'all we got a video, man. We about to show y'all how these niggas be stalking and really be on shit. Niggas be stalking and really be on shit. It's Gangland at the Dark, man. Y'all know what it is. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and slap that notification bell, man. This is some shit y'all gotta watch for, because motherfuckers be minding their business and then don't be really paying attention to what's really going on, and there be a motherfucker right next to you, behind you, kind of on some weird shit. So yeah, man, we about to get into it, man. Y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, about to watch this good content. Yeah, y'all know what it is. It's Gangland.
Craft together something special in your home with Kraft Natural Cheese.
We always find our way back home.
Harbor Freight knows on any given day, we're all mechanics. DIY.
In this video, we see a young woman working out in the gym. And it quickly becomes apparent that an older man is following her every move in a creepy manner from behind her.
Look at his creepy ass, nigga.
If you are a woman who worked out in a gym on a regular basis, watching this video will make your skin crawl. This is yet another video that demonstrates how ladies are unable to exercise in the gym without being gawked at. This woman was stretching, but this strange man came up to her and started making her feel uncomfortable, which is inappropriate and completely unacceptable. Once again, some creepy men being inappropriate at the gym. This weirdo takes it a step further and starts recording a woman working out. The man does this shamelessly, which says a lot about gym culture and general respect for women. I hope he gets banned from that gym for life. He's not in the angle. I asked neighbors about it later, and they said that he just moved in with his girlfriend's fam after being released from prison. During one of the hottest days of summer, this girl was recording TikTok videos in her driveway. But things took a turn for the worse when she became aware that a total weirdo was watching her. This YouTuber was enjoying the lovely weather, riding around on his motorcycle, when he noticed that someone was following him, and it made him feel uncomfortable.
Check seriously gang. What does he want? I don't understand. He's trying to wave me on. Go. I'm old, dude.
In this video, a man was driving around in a white truck near some bikers. For some reason, he became enraged with the bikers and followed them around acting like a crazy person.
They want us dead.
Yeah, we need to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, go left. Up here. Sorry, I'm taunting them. They need something. These aren't dirt bikes. We're on a chase right now. 943, we got a 117.
Oh, you're joking, but there's literally an F-150 coming after.
This guy was just enjoying his day, but at some point he noticed a police officer was following him around for no apparent reason.
Thin-skinned group of fucking individuals. I took it because, you know, that's part of being a kid. Shit rolls downhill from bigger and older kids onto you. That's just life being a kid. We're really, really good people that brought around a lot of... Is that a cop behind me? Yeah, I think it's a cop behind me. I think I'm about to get pulled over.
The guy's day went from enjoyable to uncomfortable very quickly. We have no idea why he was being followed. In this disturbing video, a woman is driving around while being followed by a stranger.
Are you able to see my live location?
Yes, I see that currently you're traveling down the street at the moment. Is everything okay?
Yes, and if anything happens, are you able to notify authorities?
Absolutely. I can get the police out to your location right away if you need it. Could you tell me about the situation?
Thank you. The reason I'm calling is just because I've been driving and there's this person who's been following me kind of aggressively for a while now, and I haven't been able to lose them, so...
I'm so sorry that's happening to you today, Lauren. I know that must be really nervous to have that car following you. Yeah, I can stay with you. I just want to make sure that you're safe.
This guy was having a nice day. However, he discovers that he's being followed by a police officer whose job is supposed to be protect and serve, not creep and stalk.
Speed trap. Caution.
So he ended up seeing another car going the other direction, a little too fast. He didn't have any radar on him or anything like that, which is just unusual. He was blasting me with KA band from behind my car while he was following me, and I didn't go over the speed limit.
TikTok user Taylor came up with a great idea that will help people determine whether they're being followed or stalked. If you suspect someone is following you around, put your phone in your back pocket with the camera lens exposed and record as you walk. You may be shocked by what you find. Take a look at this TikTok video. It depicts an event with a stalker that took place in the middle of the day.
Hey, what's going on, man? You got a guy following you?
Huh?
You got a guy following you?
Yes.
So do you know why?
I have no clue.
You have no clue.
I am doing my DoorDash.
Yeah.
This guy's following me.
So do you know who he is?
Second wife's
like boyfriend or whatever? Son?
No, his son.
Okay. You have an order of protection that needs to be served. Is the reason why he's following you. You know this weird guy is following you.
Just warn me.
Well, so we're gonna take some action against him because
I would not try to make any contact with him because he is an offender on an order of protection for your mother. So I don't know why you would even try to approach this person.
I mean, he said he's done this in the past and stuff like that, so he does want a 95.
Yeah.
But yeah, he definitely needs to go.
Yeah.
Standpoint here, you can't go stalk someone else to serve them.
Did those people tell you to stop following him at any point?
No, I mean, I called him after the fact. I think he told over there.
Today.
Yes or
I
no?
think he told me to leave. Right? He said you understand that the entire conversation is recorded, right?
Somebody that didn't like you started following you everywhere. What would you think about that?
Probably be unsettling, I guess.
Yeah, it'd be very unsettling. That's why you can't do that.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah,
Makes sense?
He felt disturbed by you following him. He felt unsettled by you following him. That's not okay. And like my partner said over here, that is disorderly conduct. That is a criminal offense. Okay? So I'm going to be completely honest with you right now. You are under arrest at this point for disorderly conduct, and you are going to be coming to the police department.
We'll get your card. No, you're fine.
Could you be careful in my back, my lower back?
Yep.
My neck as well. I'm sorry.
Here's one thing you need to do before buying anything online. Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch this first.
According to this TikTok user, this is the third time that this old man has visited them in an attempt to engage in sexual activity.
You have to booking. Yeah, you see, what time do you like to come back?
No, my friend.
What do you want? You want sex?
Yes.
You want sex, you go somewhere else. Don't you read the sign? Look, read it. If you want sex, you go somewhere else. Hey, don't you read the sign?
No.
Okay. One sec. Pause.
Hopefully, the authorities deal with this person before somebody gets hurt, or worse. A man creepily stared at this woman while she was working out at the gym.
Watch this creep come over to my personal bubble while doing our DLS. The gym was practically empty, and so many corners to be in, and he chose this one. I've been in this corner for 10 minutes before him and only had one set left. So I started recording him, so now we're all uncomfortable together. He was literally staring at my Pikachu before this.
Man, if you don't get your bitch ass on, bruh, why is you behind, bruh? You is obvious you watching this girl. This is the shit. This is what I'm saying. We gotta be aware of shit like this, gang. Y'all gotta be aware. It's bringing awareness. Be aware of what's going on. Cause like she said, I peeped the nigga play. So I put my phone out. Since you want to make me uncomfortable, how about I whip my phone out and make you uncomfortable, nigga?
For real. It's crazy, man.
These niggas here.
I'm tripping off that last. That they arrested. Too, look like he's stupid.
Once she found out, she was wildly uncomfortable, and I don't blame her. In this TikTok video, the uploader was enjoying a nice ride on his motorcycle. Unfortunately, he eventually noticed someone had been following him for a few hours, which is unsettling. Although not much else is known about this video, the biker is safe. We don't know who the stalker is, but thankfully, no one was harmed. This video shows two women dancing and having fun in the middle of the night, when suddenly, two men approach them from behind. What did these men want? Sadly, we'll never find out. This horrible moron was following this woman and her companion around on a bike, asking them if he could show them his genitals.
Does mine work pretty?
Oh, no, that's not gonna happen. Nope. Nope. Have a nice night. No, it's okay. Here we go. Have a great night, sir.
Then the video cuts off suddenly, although the uploader said that the recording went on for a little while longer. Hopefully, they catch this creep before somebody actually gets hurt or worse. Fancy La Queen uploaded this TikTok video where she confronted the individuals who were stalking her when they were sitting in the car next to her.
Hi. Why are you guys?
Stay away from us.
But why are you here?
Stay away from us.
I live here. Why are you recording me?
Show us the proof. Show us the proof. We live here.
Why are you stalking me?
Call the cops. Let's call the cops.
Okay, call the cops.
We will. Call the cops.
Okay, call the cops.
Go beat you, Ben. Go beat you and I'll call the cops.
Okay, call the cops. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. I'll park right here.
TikTok user TJ claims the government is following him around and trying to find out what he's doing.
Oh shit, there he is. That's the black truck right behind me, guys. There he is. I told you. This is crazy. This is fucking crazy. I gotta pull over somewhere. Let's just keep it calm. TikTok, don't take my video down, please. Okay, guys, so I'm going to actually go into that Target right there. Hold on. And I'm just going to go. So, I'll give you guys an update in a little bit.
It sounds a lot like a conspiracy theory in a way. What would you do if you thought the government was after you? Karma will always find you, and when it does, it tastes just as sweet as justice.
Yeah.
When this TikTok user was browsing the aisles of a store, they became aware of a stranger following them around.
All right, man. You keep on, man, playing around and shit, man. I'm gonna toss your ass in one of these aisles playing and shit, following me and shit. These some weird motherfuckers following people. That last nigga, I don't know, nigga. You probably making yourself paranoid. Ain't nobody following you, nigga. But this motherfucker in this Walmart, oh yeah, I would have to press that nigga.
That's crazy. That is fucking.
This is crazy. I'll kick her ass in the front.
Rather than trying to hide or seeking the assistance of an employee, the uploader chose to follow the stalker around and harass them back.
Awesome. Excuse me.
Well, you get what you ask for. TJ from the government stalking clip uploaded another video of him being pursued by a trio of black trucks.
Now I know I'm not crazy, because that dude followed me from home all the way to a Wawa. Like,
the events in this man's life seem like something from a movie.
okay, so I did call the cops. They found the guy. The guy denied any involvement, so now the cops think I'm crazy. But this man in that truck right there, followed me. And you guys saw in the last video, he was literally watching my house. I don't get it. I'm about to go live in a minute. No fucking way. There's another one right there. Are there any more? Look. Another one. What the f is going on? This isn't good. I'm being followed by 3 trucks from the looks of it.
Trying to tell y'all, Gangland, man, we about to head to that clubhouse. Be on the lookout, man. Be vigilant. Be aware. Watch out. Shout out to everybody that been fucking with Gangland. We've been down for 2 years, man. Let's go down for another one and another one. You know, tap in, man. The link to the clubhouse is in the description. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Slap that notification bell. See y'all tomorrow morning. Y'all know what it is. It's Gangland.